Thank you, councillors. We've now resumed. I'll call on the CEO to report on the findings of confidential.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. In relation to the 4 items presented to council in confidential, can advise that item 13.1 regarding the loan selection of the LED replacement program. The council received the report on the loan proposals for the LED replacement project for $736,000 over a 7-year term. Secure the loan for $736,000 over 7 years with the Commonwealth Bank of Australia. And the council approved the mayor and the chief executive officer to affix the council seal to the loan documentation with the Commonwealth Bank. In regards to item 13.2, RFT 2020/03 plant and equipment hire, I can advise that council resolved. The council received the report on the outcomes of the request for tender RFT 2020/03 for the panel of preferred suppliers for the hire of plant and equipment as detailed in this report. Resolve in accordance with section 55 of the New South Wales Local Government Act 1993 to accept the panel of preferred suppliers for hire of plant and equipment as recommended by the evaluation panel and listed in table 3 of this report, noting that this is not a ranked list of suppliers. And the council authorised the chief executive officer to enter into contracts as appropriate for the supply of services as summarised in item 2 above. In regards to item 13.3, RFT 2020-09, line making, guardrail and traffic control, advised that council resolved. The council received this report on the outcomes for request for tender RFT 2020-09 for the panel of preferred suppliers for the following: provision of guardrail services, provision of line making services, provision of traffic management services. The council resolved in accordance with section 55 of the New South Wales Local Government Act to accept the panel of suppliers for the supply of services as recommended by the evaluation panel and detailed in table 5 of this report. The council advised the unsuccessful tenderers in writing. The council authorised the chief executive officer to enter into contracts as appropriate for the supply of services as referred to in item 2 above. And the council authorised the chief executive officer to amend the order of preferred suppliers panel or procure the services through other arrangements if the preferred suppliers fail to provide value for money for council or comply with the statement of requirements of conditions of contract for the supply of services. And the council authorised the chief executive officer to exercise 1-year extension option for the panel of preferred suppliers as described in item 2 above, subject to the satisfactory performance of the panel. In regards to item 13.4, Batlow Cannery lease proposal, I advise the council resolved that council received this report on the proposal to lease part of the Batlow Cannery site from the Executive Director Infrastructure. The council delegate to the Chief Executive Officer to negotiate a lease agreement in part of the Batlow Cannery site as detailed in this report within the following parameters. A, minimum of 200 square metres of the level area utilising part of the remaining concrete floor slab. B, initial lease term of 3 months with an option to extend. C, rental income to be within 10% of market rental appraisal. D, any site improvements such as fencing, access roads to be at the cost of the tenant, subject to the approval of council officers. E, parties to meet their own legal costs associated with development and agreeing to a lease agreement. The council delegate to the mayor and the chief executive officer to affix the council seal and execute all documents relevant to the lease of the land as required. And the council note the request to vary the area of the existing lease over the southern section of the cannery site from approximately 1 hectare to approximately 1.75 hectares as endorsed by council at its meeting held on the 20th of August 2020 will not be progressed at the request of the lessee. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, CEO, and thank you, councillors. That concludes our October meeting. Thank you very much.